now, from the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
Hello everybody, people joining. This is Whatcast. I am Matt, and this is... I was going to go live yesterday. So this is like a day late. I got bogged down with something yesterday. So today I'm going to be looking at the second part of the cope session with the gang. What's their names? Double J. I don't think he's there though. Vicar and the bloke that masturbates all the time. That sits underneath him. I don't know who else is going to join. I've gone forward to the bit that it seems to start. They seem to start talking about the Professor Dave and Jaren thing, which is what I want to hear them talk about because I love the coping. The coping is always hilariously funny to me, and that's where I get my enjoyment from doing this. Right, listening to these people making excuses for themselves. I've also got a few other bits lined up in case that gets a bit boring. And I'm open to any suggestions. Welcome everybody coming in. I see Spin. Cheers for sharing the everything there. And CK was on my Discord because I've got a Discord now for those of you that don't know. Suddenly I've got loads of topics that I didn't know that I had, and that was quite funny. Share your bollocks here being one of them. I did quite chuckle at that. Let's get straight on with this then. This is what we're looking at right today. This is this bloke here. Can you see him? How do I get him there? Vicar Daziv or something. Fuck knows what his name is. The masturbating man there. And this, whoever that is at the... See, I don't know this. You people all know who all of these are. I don't fucking know, right? But I will know in time. Yeah, he is boring, but it's funny. I want to see how they react to what they say. I was waiting for it last time, and they got about 10 minutes in. Hang on, what's this? What's D... Oh, we've got a super chat here. Cheers, Macca. Let's bring you up here. £5 from Macca. Let's go, Matt. Watching MC Turn the other day and listening to the DFD, as I call them. What's the DFD? This is this people you're talking about. The Foundry. Is that who they are? You got to help me out here. So I'm going to get straight into this then, right? I've got too many screens going on here. I don't know what I'm doing. Cheers for the £5. Let's crack on.
Like the first time we did that, I was like still blown away by that. Because that's like, I think about 7,000 or 8,000 miles between.
Are they even on the topic? I'm sure some of you have probably watched this already. How long? Like, should I skip forward at all? Like, because I want to see them reacting to what they're watching rather than just talk amongst themselves. I'm really not fucking interested in their bullshit social lives that they pretend to have with each other.
Right, something like that.
Yeah. 6 or 7, right? To that.
Yeah. That's like really super far.
Love the pause screen right now.
Here
we go.
Oh yeah, let's play this.
He's so irritating.
Oh, he's just like...
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Answer for that, and they just look foolish. Now Eric Dubé's like, oh, they were in a studio. So he went from saying, oh, it doesn't matter if they see the 24-hour sun. Lady Blunt said it exists, so it doesn't matter. Then as soon as we get back, he's like, oh, they were in a studio and they faked. Well, then we faked it, but it didn't matter. It doesn't make any sense. So,
yeah, constant flip-flopping. And then all the clips of Dubé saying how badly he wants to go down there. And then he's given a free trip. Doesn't want to go.
Oh, yeah, because not everybody's a freeloader, right?
Does Eric Dubé still do this? Like, I've never really watched his stuff because I can't stand his voice, but does he still do the flat earth stuff, or has he moved on to other drivel?
Because these corners...
CK in the house. CK said she was going to sing today, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, really. He didn't want to go with them.
CK, I see the job you did on my Discord. Funny topics in there. Go check out my Discord if someone could drop the link in the chat.
It's like get on the plane with a bunch of Jesuit Batman villains. I'm sure nothing could go wrong. You gotta be kidding me.
Joker times 6.
Comedy writes itself, man. Like, you ever think that like all this is kind of hilarious? Like the damage control these guys are doing. Like, I'm glad this is the topic. It's like it's dark, but it's entertaining.
Did he just say the damage control these guys are doing? Is that what he just said? He thinks that they're doing damage control. What was the damage? Does anybody know the damage of this? That they went to Antarctica, proved that Flat Earth was complete bullshit beyond any doubt. Now they're just bit of damage control now. They're just trying to cover it up.
Oh yeah, everybody knew that then Eric Dubai not gonna go. Right, and many people didn't want these clowns also to go, but they were so much eager to screw themselves up, right?
Yeah, it's like take notes, Eric. Like shots are fired from Professor Dave here. It's like when that dude uploads a new video, it's just the coolest thing. It's like I get excited about watching chess videos and then whatever he puts up, and
no, you don't. You absolutely do not get excited about watching Professor Dave take the piss out of Flat Earth.
It's like it's the only news.
I mean, the bloke underneath Vicar probably does get excited because by the noises he makes when he's on these streams, it sounds like he gets excited quite easily. Let's put it that way.
It's the only news we need at this point. It's the realest news, you know.
A bit of fake laughter there already. We all love watching Professor Dave and debunking him.
I feel like he's the final journalist.
By the way, speaking of flat earthers, someone sent me a voice message the other day and they said, can you play this to CK, please? So here we go.
But you enjoy the taste of my salty nuts as I teabag you.
Yeah, Eric Dubai.
Sorry about that.
For sure we knew he's not going to go. Flat Earth Dave, we don't know. Right, he said he didn't want it to go.
With him. I mean, I think it's the same caution. Both those guys are like looking at this like, we don't want to get on a plane with these people we don't trust. I mean, that's what they say, and that's all I can see is what they're saying. I wouldn't get on a plane with these people either.
Before we get going here, can I just check something? Because I get a lot of complaints from YouTube not from YouTube, but from people on YouTube, right? So can I just check?
Table manners, you are all scum.
Is that at a decent level or is that still too loud? Because I've turned all of these sounds down, right? This one?
Got it.
Can I turn them down more? What do you reckon?
Got it.
Let me know. Hello, Max.
So, could agree on something small there.
Who is this bloke? Can someone tell me who this bloke is that's at the bottom here? You got Vicar there, the wanking assassin below him, and then I can't read what that says. Someone, James, is it? Someone tell me who that is.
These guys were already ready to lie even before they went. Both of them, Jaren and Austin, they were already started freaking lying even before they went. They were so eager to go because they as I said, they thought they're gonna get a free ride and gonna prove something, right? This is what they thought. But that's not was the outcome. But they wanted to play. They wanted to have con people, and they're gonna from everywhere. They think they're gonna go and play this shit, and they're gonna come back to the community, and everybody's gonna be believe everything that these people are saying. Right? This is what they thought, and they're gonna continue.
Dubs is in the chat, not our chat. This chat. Yeah, Double J appears at the bottom there, but without the beard. Do you reckon Double J's got that beard, right? Because he's got a chin like fittest flat earther. Do you reckon he's just trying to cover his chin? By the way, who saw? Did anyone see the video I put out on the freestyler, the Scottish freestyler? I'm hoping he might see me live and jump in today. If you're in the chat, what the fuck was his name? Still Magic. Please feel free to let us know you're there, and I can scrap all of this and bring you up for a pure giggle.
The right to make people look and focus and everything in other direction than real progress, right? So
Hey, Justin.
Hey, what's up, Justin? Justin, brother.
Mika.
JJ, how you doing?
Justin,
Hey,
how you doing,
Ira.
bro?
Hey, man.
Good to see you guys, man. Y'all hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Got you.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
What was he rapping about? I'm gonna break your jaw. I'm 26, but I look 16 or something. What the fuck was he talking about?
I appreciate
If he comes up, I'm gonna play that to him and get him to explain it to me.
you being letting me up here, man, and letting me hang out with y'all, and look forward to the rundown here.
Oh, yeah. This is- Oh yeah, they think that they did a really damage to the flat Earth community with this, right? So let's hear them.
Pretty
I might bring the old Discord up on the screen later on if I've got enough time and go through some of the clips I'm being sent on there.
interesting, right?
Yeah, same thing with Weiss.
Before we continue, anybody else wants to jump in? Psychedelic, shout out to you. Zenetic Truth Tube, also shout out to you, brother. If you guys want to jump in, the link is there. Alrighty.
I mean, Weiss hasn't talked to me since I got back from the trip.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's just crazy indeed. But what can I expect? I mean, you'd be, if that guy admitted it, he'd be losing his cash cow. So.
His meager income. Yeah.
Yeah, it may not be much, but it's going
It's
to
what
zero
he's
from
got.
whatever it was. Is not a.
I don't know. That may not be much for Weiss there. I think he probably makes a fair bit off that fucking app, doesn't he? Like a lot of new flat earthers, the ones that when you always get these flat earthers that just couldn't debunk it, so therefore they believe it. Like those sort of people that watch one video, one of the first things they do is probably go and buy Weiss's app, and then really convince themselves on it.
One thing is for sure. I don't know. Maybe yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Jaren was thinking that he was yeah. So maybe he makes a bit. Maybe Dave makes a bit. One thing is for sure. Dave has worked for it, right? But he makes more money than you, Jaren. That's for sure.
He makes more money than you, Jaren, but also, Jaren, you got paid millions to lie and pretend that the Earth's a globe. So make your fucking minds up. Weiss earns more than Jaren. Well, salesmen with their lies. Fucking hell, are they drunk? What are they cracking up about here? This is hilarious to them. Fucking hell.
He does a lot more though than a Jaron ever did.
Dude.
No, mate.
I mean, even before Jaren did this TFE thing, I remember seeing some of his videos and being like, no, this smells. And what I mean is, like, you might be saying something truth, but you can make it look like a gas station, man. Like, you can turn it into something really stale, something unattractive, so that anybody who stumbles upon this, which will totally get pushed up in their algorithms, somebody will click away really quickly. And I remember he was doing this parody on like a Budweiser commercial, but trying to apply it to like an old 90s Budweiser commercial and trying to translate it into these like flat earth facts that don't rhyme and, making it look unattractive. And I just like, that's a technique, and I've always been suspicious of him. And, I didn't see the raw.
Yeah, I've always been suspicious of him, but I never thought I'd bring it up until now. I just knew that he was lying, but I never mentioned it. I just watched it, subscribed, sent him super chats, sent him money, loved him, told him he was brilliant, but I was always suspicious, really. He weren't fooling me. Yeah, righto, mate.
Footage of whatever this baby truther show, like, Tom's Film goes to the heaviest degree of what that show has done. But when I saw the function of it, it's like I see the function of it. It's like, well, it's nothing. It's not a bait that I would take. But the function of that is to, repel people away from actually taking the time to, one, listen to people like us, or ever, like, even measure it for yourself.
Who would listen to pricks like you other than each other? Not a single person on that panel thinks that they're right anymore. Not one. They just are children that cannot admit they were wrong. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Vicar, Wanker, Mr. Irrelevance, and Dubs.
Listen to the argument, because, well, the first thing that somebody sees with a guy like Jaren, who was trying to insert himself into this truth community, is that they...
Yeah, hello, CMS. I think, yeah, you're right. I think it's $3 or something for Dave's app, and then if you want to be a part of it, if you want to find other flat earthers on the globe that he uses on there to track them all down, it costs you like $3 a month or something, and then there's other things you can pay for, features. But you can watch the one video a day that he insisted that you buy my app, mate, and you watch this one a day, and you'll be a flat earther. No, you're right, mate. And all of his videos that you watch on there, when he was showing me the screenshots, it's just YouTube videos. But apparently, it's just an easier way of finding them because they get buried. But they probably do, because YouTube does do things like that. But you could still, if you could find out the name and wrote the name of it in, you could find it yourself.
See, baby truther show. So who's the baby? Well, the person clicking play on it, right? So most people probably aren't clicking that, but they would assume that that's the...
Yeah, I see, Spin. I know about the issues, and they're ongoing. I had from the podcast, I had a few flat earthers that listen, and I messaged all of them individually to tell them if they've got that app, they need to change their passwords and whatever. Most of them didn't want to hear it, to be fair.
Stairs they have to climb in order to achieve some kernel of truth. So it's just like the same technique you get in a daunting bookstore full of philosophy books, and you didn't read all of them, so you must be really dumb. And it's like, actually, no. It's just most of these books are written by pretentious academics. And this guy's just trying to ideologically dominate his audience with something called the baby.
Who's this bloke talking? Has anyone told me? I must have missed it if you did. It's annoying me.
Truther show. So, I mean...
These people, this is the thing, Ira, right? These people thought that they can only manage everything related to flat Earth
something.
Right? That they can gatekeep it, like, don't let other channels, have the say. So this is what they were thinking that is going to continue for a long time, right?
Yeah. Prevent real artists from ever being seen. And then what this, I mean, if this were physical objects, guys like him would be littering, just like posting a 5-hour video every day forever. And you did all this. It's like nobody's going to watch all that. But just anybody who's... You guys hear me?
Yeah, a bit of StreamYard fuck up there from these people. Unfornicated. Yeah, I get what you're saying about Jaron there in the chat. But, I think everyone does it a bit. I think everyone's says shit. Like, I've probably slagged off loads of people on podcasts and on YouTube over the years. I don't think I owe all of them an apology. People say shit things about me. I don't really care. I think the main thing is that, not only if you've seen his new channel as well, and this is very much, I understand this very clearly with him because I feel the same about a lot of stuff. He's now going through all different things and honestly, for the first time probably, without bias, honestly looking at all of these conspiracies and properly just saying what he sees rather than what he wants the outcome to be. And you got to respect that. So I think, in a way, his concession and the fact that he spoke to me and I wasn't, I pulled him up on some of the shit he said and he was fine about it. And Professor Dave did as well, and other people he's been on. I think at the end of the day, as long as he's not pushing this shit no more, whatever.
Sorry, somebody's trying to call. I might have to head off here shortly, but thank you for having me on for a second. I just wanted to, say hi to you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good. Fuck off, mate. You talk far too fucking much, and I don't know who you are, and I've never heard the wanking twat speak yet.
Appreciate you all so much. And
really good to have you, man.
Yeah, man. But it's like that's what they're doing is littering, essentially. Absolutely.
Right, muddy the waters.
Yeah,
make them filthy.
And that's a technique. It's
all about the logical fallacies,
Fallacy.
And the levels of control they go to. I mean, I won't. I'm just gonna say the Saturnian cults and stuff like that. It's real and it's down the street from everyone. Yeah, I'm not trying to get people to look at external enemies all the time, but how about my old job? I was made to look kind of crazy because some dude comes in and lights a cigarette and blows smoke into the old lady's face. I'm not, I like a cigarette once a month, but doing that is an act of disrespect, bordering assault. And I was working at my job. The whole place is cleared out of stuff. And then I go to
guys, if you're in here and you haven't liked the stream yet, see 71 eyes on this, 12 likes. Come on. This is when you usually get a couple of flat earthers. No, dislike. Fuck off. But if you can, please just click the like. That'd be great. Try and get some more people in there.
Front this guy and throw him out of the bar.
You never know. The Scottish rapper might see it and turn up.
And it's like what's happened, and this relates to like I think there's techniques to make people like us, look insane and destroy our economic opportunities. Like it does matter to keep stoic, keep a stoic architecture about yourself and figure out how their techniques are just trying to pull out a toothpick to break the entire phalanx of your composure. And that's what these guys are doing, this Professor Dave guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if that guy was a hired hand, because like, I don't know.
Oh, God. Everyone that disagrees with me is paid to do so, because you couldn't possibly disagree with me because I've done my own research and found out that all of this is a lie. Whatever.
Locally in the Twin Cities, like who else is just like sounding off car alarms about the earth being flat except for me, who's putting my middle name out there? Like I literally am just like, whatever, man.
It's like a middle finger
to live for. Like this is important.
This bloke's come in and these are right pussies, aren't they? The rest of this panel. Whenever someone comes in, they just let them speak endlessly and nobody tries to talk over them.
Is this awesome?
If this was my stream and did someone come in and spoke this much, I'd be like, fuck off, mate. My stream. Shut your mouth. Speak when you're spoken to.
And yeah, I threw my entire life savings to make an art film about it that I lost money on it on purpose. It's fun. It's like it rules. And I've made the coolest friends in the world through it. Like that's what I'm about,
The coolest friends in the world. Did he just say that? The coolest friends in the world. The prick with the long hair and shades. The masturbating prick. And Dubs. God, I wish I had friends like that.
It's the new hardcore music for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're pretty inspiring, brother.
It is hardcore, bro.
Thanks. And by the way,
so
before I
maybe
get off the
change
phone,
the
I want to tell you
subject.
guys, listen to the band Turnstile. Saw them last Saturday, and I do my thing trying to tell people about flat Earth. I just go to shows. I think that's another thing is like.
I bet he turns up and everyone goes, oh, here comes that prick again talking about fucking flat Earth.
Organizing things to protest all this stuff is one thing, but like, why don't we just go to shows and just like talk to people and like hand them physical literature? I think that's probably the best move.
I want to hear what Double J has ascertained yet.
By the way, I thought of that recently, and I don't know. See the band Turnstile, y'all. That they're excellent. There were 6,500 people at their show, and it was a hardcore band from the East Coast where I'm from, and they became like everybody thinks they're hot shit now, and I'm like, I've never seen this amount of like momentum.
Yeah, I've seen that Oakley thing. That was funny. I did an Oakley song on about 6 months ago now, but I haven't got a video to go with it.
But those giant crowds, I think that's the way.
Some of the AI music's pretty good, actually. Worryingly.
We really communicate to these people instead of having to use TikTok all the time. Like let's just start going to cool shows and tell them about
Grassroots, huh?
Yeah, seriously. I think that's the move. But yeah, you guys check out that band Turnstile. I got to run off the phone because I got to take this call.
Good. Fuck off. If he fucks up, where's Nathan Oakley telling him to fuck off? This one.
No, you can fuck off.
But I really want to just jump in here and say hi to y'all. Sorry to take away from Professor Dill.
Get on with it.
Hole and Jesuit Karen is a
Jesuit Jaren.
But I love you guys very much,
brother.
Yeah,
Love you, brother.
See ya, bro.
I'll be listening. Thanks.
Yep. Alrighty.
Right.
Let's go.
That's kind of what's happening to me. It's not the healthiest thing to do, but sometimes if the alternative means you got to lie to people, you'll never catch me good. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I appreciate the perspective and the additional context. So now let's do a little flat Earth debunking. I think you want to talk about some flat earthers and things they've said. Whatever you've got, let's go for it.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. And so let me see if we can bring these up and share screen. All right, here's first one we're gonna look at is
Here we go.
Eric Dubay, as he is. I don't want to look at him.
Right. So they've brought up Will Duffy, who couldn't have been nicer to flat earthers, this guy. However, they are about to probably annihilate him regardless. So that just goes to prove that you may as well be a prick to these people because it doesn't matter to them.
Flat Papa, I don't want to hear him. I can't stand his voice, but here we go.
Okay. He's spoken with extreme confidence, as you will hear for yourself right now.
In order to fit the heliocentric globe model, this midnight sun phenomenon must also occur for observers south of the Antarctic Circle during winter solstice.
South of the Antarctic Circle, during winter solstice.
Depending how far south the observer is, the sun should be seen for several days or weeks, never fully setting, just like it does in the north. In reality, however, there is never 24-hour sunlight anywhere in Antarctica at any time of year.
You heard it from the man himself. A 24-hour sun in Antarctica fits the heat. Here's another clip.
The midnight sun being seen only in the northern regions is evidence against the globular
I wonder what the panel here are going to say about all of this.
theory. If the world were a globe, the midnight sun would be seen in the southern regions in December.
So notice that, and, if the Earth was a globe, then the midnight sun would be seen in the southern regions, and of course it is. And so, this is the problem: is all these guys, I can have respect for somebody if they're going to make a claim that's out of the ordinary, as long as.
And this is the thing. This information about that it's just because if you're gonna have a 24-hour sun is gonna work, Earth is a globe. Yeah, it would have been a setup right from the beginning, because many people remember Jaren quite earlier already was behind the 24-hour sun. So it was.
Jaren was behind the 24-hour sun. What do you mean? He was saying that it would happen. I think he was speculating. I think what he was actually saying was, if you can explain to me how it could happen on any flat map, please send me that map and explain how it could happen. And that bloke, what the fuck was his name now? I can't remember his name. Oh, there's so many pricks, I forget them. But Joe Hanvey. He kept making these dome models and pretending that the sun could do this and do that. But none of them worked, and that was the closest they got.
Always.
Until them other pricks, the asleep souls, come along with their Pac-Man, son.
A plan, right? Because as many flat earthers, many people ran with it, right?
Yeah, they paint that picture of an all or nothing logical fallacy where it's either A or B, and they always use the word proof instead of evidence, right? It's all about.
Hello, Megan. Yeah, they're funny. Well, this is a look at this. You can see there. I'm 44 minutes into a 4-hour, 10-minute, and I think Jaren's video with Dave was only about an hour, so don't get your hopes up.
Just regurgitation and repeating it enough, and it'll become factual. According to them, it's everything they do is a fallacy. When you really break it down.
Oh yeah, same like NASA and all the controllers and the government, just repeating the lies, right? Giving the only option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Trump or Hillary or Trump.
Meg, don't forget to like the stream this time. Come on, do it.
Trump, right? It's just the same shit, right?
Right. That's why they
no
give
more
that
options.
Illusion of choice. They make it look like you have choice, but really it's all scripted to be an illusion of choice.
Scripted to the core, right?
Right. Like, voting, you think that, oh, well, I'm a Republican, so I'm voting this side. Nobody knows who they're actually voting for. These people are actors just like everyone else that we see that's a part of it, And
Tron's on! Tron's appeared. You know what that means, don't you? Tron's going to be giving it. God damn it, I don't even talk to these fucking goddamn people anymore. And everyone's going to, all his mates are going to be going, yeah, Tron, yeah, we agree. And they're all going to be thinking, fuck off, Tron, you fucking dickhead.
To be in any type of compliance with the powers that be and go on a trip to, their scripted TFE experience, it's a guilty by association in my eyes. If we wanted to do something like that, then we need to set something together like that. Not that we're going to or need to really, because, they've dug their hole in the grave. They faked it more than once. The final experiment wasn't the first time that they've attempted fooling us that there's a 24-hour sunlight.
Dubs has debunked it there. They've just tried to fool us. How did they do that then, Dubs? Has Dubs ever come out with anything and given a reason as to what he believes was the actual fraud that they perpetrated there? Or does he just keep, well, it's fake because it must be? Is that Dubs' position?
So it's pretty telling.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, brother. They're doing shit where they have the control, where anybody just cannot just go and do it, right? This is where the control is, right? But the flat earth could be proved every day.
Everyone in chat, can you do me a favor? When I go live on Sunday, can you all try to tag that Scottish bloke to get him to get him to come over? Because that'd be really funny.
By simple things, right? Just as I shared before, my observation, simple thing with my mobile phone, just on the beach. They don't want to do this kind of science. No, they want to go there where people are not really allowed and do a shit show, all right? And this is what an optical phenomena, right? So this is where they play. Before we continue, let's say hello to Tron. Tron, how are you?
What's up, Tron?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man?
Tron.
What up, bud? Listening to the troll show. No, I'm kidding. I'm listening.
Yeah. Tron's going to put it right now. Tron's in the house. Everybody listen to Tron. This is the thinking man of the TikTok version of Flat Earth. Tron.
What are you guys? You're watching Duffy and these idiots, huh? Again, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, because they got about 5 minutes into it last time, Tron, because she was threatening the world. Yeah, god damn it, when I'm on TikTok, it's some fucking glober tries to come in. I won't even fucking talk to him anymore. If you hadn't have done some of that, Tron, they might have got a bit further through it and you might be over it by now and you can all sit there listening to this bloke wank.
Oh, my God. Why would anybody believe them? You know, Will Duffy's an admitted Mason, as we all know. He admitted it. And when he was asked if he was a traveling man, and he clearly paused to specifically say, yes, I am a traveling man.
yeah.
And so that tells you all you need to know right there. He admitted it. He's got several lawsuits against him for, lying and cheating of the public, And, of course, he thinks it's okay, right? He thinks it's okay because the Lord told him it was okay, right? The Lord.
How many times are they going to take that quote by Will Duffy out of context? Like it fucking matters. He said, I mean, I'm not religious anyway, but he said under some circumstances a lie is acceptable. If you listen to the whole context, it makes perfect sense what he was saying, but they don't give a fuck, right? So.
Lord told him.
Came to him in a dream.
And so anyway, it's sad, and all of them are sad, man. All of them are sad. And the son.
Bruce Wayne, I've got no idea if that's him and I've been told that's Vicar.
You got 10 people. 10 people, they go down out of all the billions of people that have ever lived. 10 people are claiming something. Do you see anybody else running down there to challenge what they said? Or to
run down there and challenge what they said then, Tron? Why don't one of you go, pick someone you all trust and all put your funds together, and then once 7p ain't enough, go to your massively growing audiences that you all pretend you've got, right? Because Flat Earth's going through the roof now because everyone's seen what a fraud this is in Antarctica. So you can all just, if everyone just puts £1 in each or $1 in each wherever you are, because there's so many of you, you should get to $50,000 immediately, right? Because it's growing since then. They've shot themselves in the foot by faking this footage, is what you all say. So just save up, how much was it? So save up about 70 grand, 80 grand. Should take you about a day with this massively growing audience that you all swear is happening. 2 of you go down there, send Tron. And who else do they trust? What about Ledwell? Because he's already got a bit of an head start on it with his 17p that he's raised so far. Maybe Ledwell and Tron. Do you reckon they'd trust them to?
Look for any proof or examine any data like real science would demand, right? I don't see anybody. Have you guys know of anybody going down there?
No,
I don't know of any announcements.
Well, so because nobody's going down there, it must have been fake the time that these people went down there. Jesus Christ, the cope is unbelievable. Ledwell can't afford it. And he should be able to afford it because Flat Earth's growing exponentially, apparently. And he can't. Nathan Thompson pretended that he was going to go down there, didn't he? And then just fucked off from TikTok. I think he was. I think people stopped talking to him. This is the thing with Flat Earthers. They can never get along for very long. This is what I've noticed. Like, they'll be besties, and then they'll hate each other, and they'll be arguing in their little flurf lives that they do on TikTok. Like, someone will want to be King Flurf, and they'll be pissed off with everyone else for saying something different to what they said and to being a paid shill because you don't agree with me. Yeah, what's Northern? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It don't matter what I asked the Scottish fluff. Max, I saw Nathan Thompson. I think he was on what the fuck was that? The Sombrero or whatever the other week, and he was basically begging for money on the sort of embarrassing.
That are being made, or I mean, I can't find any. So,
well, Ledwell's trying to go down there, but they're giving him a hard time with the ALE or whatever was trying to charge him way more than not. But you know,
did I see Dave McKeegan in the chat? Dave McKeegan, can you confirm the cost that it cost you to get? I know you didn't pay it, but how much was the cost? These are trying to pretend that Ledwell can't go because ALE are fucking him about. And raising the cost. They don't need to raise the cost. Ledwell's got about £200. Now, he's got about $3,000, and he's something like $3,000 so far. He's only like 40 grand short. They're not going to take him seriously. They don't need to raise the price because he can't afford the lowest price anyway. And Ledwell admitted himself that he was trying to go to the actual South Pole, not to where they went, Union Glacier.
The evidence is strong when it supports whether or not their last trip was, fallacious or not. It's obviously
not. And didn't Dave record the entire plane journey too?
Green screen to some degree, or some. It's not real, right? I mean, there's plenty of evidence to support that their claim is no good, no bueno.
I agree, man. And they don't. I'm still waiting on some proof.
Exactly.
Verifiable proof that can. And then even if something is shown, shouldn't it be done like count several times? For real proof. They're using the scientific method and everything, but we don't need the scientific method when it comes to the heliocentric model because it's not scientific. The heliocentric model, the hypothesis, the lie, it's not science. It's pseudoscience. That's right. Believe me, bro, it's pseudoscience. So anything that's ever been said about this silly fake experiment, it should be verified countless times for some serious truth. So I don't know what the argument. There is no argument. There's no argument whatsoever. I feel bad. Sorry for all these poor guys.
Oh yeah, and mentioning to Tron, what were you mentioning about Mr. Will Duffy, right? As you were saying.
Yeah, fuck off, Tron. Why are they asking Tron like he's some sort of fucking expert on this? Yeah, Tron, you've done your own research, just like all of us. Jump up then, Tron, and tell us about Will Duffy. Did you see the video that I put out when they was all like trying to pretend that Will Duffy didn't give that check to the trafficking charity? It's flat. That was twat side, wasn't it?
I think that is, he said, God says it's okay to lie. Right. So maybe God is lying to him too. So
they know that clip is out of context. This is what I hate about them. Like, if they're genuinely mistaken about stuff, it's forgivable. It's like you was misled. But if someone ever sends me evidence of something and it's a line or someone saying something, the first thing I've always done when I did the podcast and everything else, when I was doing all these conspiracies, the first thing I always do is go check out the full context. Go find the full clip and see whether it's in context or out of context. And I'd say 99% of the time it was completely out of context. 103 people watching, 39 likes. What's going on? That's just not good enough. Come on, like the stream. Let's get 110 people in here.
So that he can do the real thing, because he mentioned in his closing, right? There was somebody behind him. He became very emotional and very cinematic, right? The only person behind me everybody wanted to know was God. Yeah, for sure. It could be God making you do things where the truth comes out.
Yeah, Max, I'm an atheist as well, and exactly the same.
Problem is, God is not only behind one person. Will Duffy, are you freaking kidding me? What a stupid statement.
Yeah, because if God was real, he'd be beyond Tron. God would be looking down. Who's doing a good job for me down there on the flat realm with a dome? Tron, he's doing a good job. That's who I select. This bloke here, Tron, he's the one. He's on there. Like he's not taking no shit from these Globers on TikTok. He won't even talk to him anymore. I'm gonna reward Tron for this.
Only behind him and nobody else. Come on, stop this crap.
Couldn't we question like what God he's talking about too, though?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Take your pick. Take your pick. It doesn't matter with him.
They love to redefine what definitions are, including who God is, and it's their God apparently, and I don't know what that identifies.
His God says you can lie and everything, So.
Oh yeah.
I have a Freemason Bible someone gave me, and there's a whole section in the back with I don't know how many pages with Egyptian gods from the hieroglyphs that we see today, the statues from over there. I haven't really dug into it much. Somebody knows I collect that stuff. Came to me with a bunch of stuff. They were cleaning out a house and found it. So it's kind of cool to have,
Yeah, it is.
But there's a whole section in the back dedicated to who they're worshiping, apparently. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same God as we refer to.
I'm not sure about that either, bro.
Regardless of their word
sorcery. Was it there was 109
just because
of
they
them?
use words like Jesus Christ or whatever, they're deceivers, man. That's what they do.
Yeah, if anybody knows, probably more than me about the English language,
They're
being
deceivers.
Like 2 or 3 different languages, all
How the fuck could this be done? Like, I've still yet to hear any of these fucking knobs, tell me how they do believe this was faked. It's a deception, but none of them can tell you how it was a deception. Incredibly annoying.
Mashed together to make this like bastardized communication system that we're all pretty comfortable. Look, what language is going worldwide? English. It's bad language.
Yeah,
or bad, or just the reverse language that casts spells that we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a lot of mockery in there when we use their whatever we're taught to use, and then you find out later on that everything you've been saying or doing is actually on their side. It's just we're mocking ourselves. We're just making a fool of ourselves, basically.
Yeah.
What did Double J just tell the truth there? That they're making fools of themselves. You got that right, Dubs.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Seems that way.
Oh yeah, I have to be a different God, no, right? Because it's the opposite of what the Creator is saying, right?
Really?
So maybe a sect, right? So anyway.
They're willing to back away from that as soon as the evidence takes them to that direction. So if he wants to make a crazy claim like that, that's fine. But the second that it's been now debunked and been shown clearly without any prejudice at all, then he needs to be a man and say I was wrong, But you can't do that.
What do they say about Whitsitt? Because you're cast out. You say you're no longer a flat earther. Whitsitt claims to still be a flat earther, but acknowledges that he saw the 24-hour sun and wasn't.
That's what his main job that he wants to push, and he's going to be pushing.
So Vicar pauses it to butt in and then doesn't know what to say. He knows he has to stop it because he's a bit lost with Whitsitt. He doesn't really know what to say about him. So he just fake laughs and then says nothing at all in particular. When in doubt, talk bollocks. Dave, are you available to jump up on the stream for a bit? Because it'd be great to go through this with you because they're debunking your lie that you did.
Right? Just to divert so that the community don't go in the right direction, right?
Right. Yes,
Creating now there are people, flat earthers, who believe in a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, and there are the majority who doesn't believe. So, yeah, a part of the percentage will believe, right? Because they are so much indoctrinated, they are so much hypnotized by these con artists, right? That they don't see anything. It's like same like a fucking Hollywood celebrity or some politician or blinded. It's obvious. People know that. Many knows that, right?
Yeah, so obvious. All the truthers know this for sure. Like they're in no doubt because they know they can't be wrong because they're children. Anybody that's actually a truther should be actually interested in the truth. And if you can't debunk something, and they clearly can't, then you should be able to just accept at least the possibility that you're fucking wrong and look into it further.
So it's the same shit propped up by the algorithms of the controllers. 33 Insight, right?
Yeah, right, Dave. I'm here for a bit, probably. How long have I been on? Probably about another 45 minutes minimum.
Yeah, it's a broken record at this point for, the awakened. We're so, looking out for it that you can't pull it on us. I mean, it's easy to see a mile away. Speaking of Witsit, he just had a fundraiser for him to, he's got to move out of state and all this stuff and trying to raise money. And then 2 days later, he was on a debate where he's trying to bet people $1,000 bet. It's like you're literally having fundraisers and making bets in the same week.
That's
So what's your point there, Tron? I don't know whether they like Witsit or they don't anymore. It's quite amusing, really. They don't know whether they don't want to commit either way. Casey turns good. Casey's got some this new model he's about to come out with, right? And then they can all get on board with that and say we always knew that he was a truther. And now he's found this new model, and he wasn't paid, and this all works now, and we love him again. Let's put our Witsit posters back on our wall.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst part is that the people don't see that shit, right? Ask them for a real experiment. No, everybody's gonna look somewhere else. Ask people for a real, genuine experiment and observations. The people are not interested.
Yeah, they're too busy being slaves.
Oh, for fuck's
Sheep.
sake. Yeah, they're too busy being slaves. They're not free like us that still do everything they do. All of these people pay their taxes, pay their bills, live, do what the government tells them to do. Everything they hate everyone else for, they all fucking do it. Why? Because they have to. That's life, unfortunately. It's called being an adult.
They really should have had a whole set of different professional photographers with all different kinds of cameras, lenses, and all the gadgets and bells and buzzers and whistles that go with all that stuff. And they could have taken either one of those guys or whatever, you know?
Yeah, if you go look back at every single person who went, go back and look at how much, streaming they did and how much footage they have. Like Witsit only did like 30, 45 minutes one time. He's got one live stream there. Jaren's got a couple, but it totals of a couple hours.
Witsit was all of your hero. I'm so tired of hearing this. Witsit was the hero. He was the guy. They all loved Witsit. They all started talking about electrostatics and they all started using all of Witsit's phrases, and Witsit destroyed Professor Dave in the fucking debate and all of this shit they come out with. And now, none of us like him anymore. And we never did. He was always a shill.
So they're all relying on the Globers. They're trying to rely on their, telemetry data and all their stuff, their cameras. The entire time, all they did was try to convince us that they were in Antarctica.
I see Spin, thank you, $1.99. My due diligence, I can't even say it that way because that's not how we speak here. And Acetations, Union Glacier, fake as fuck. Exactly. He would know. He's the man to ask about such things because he's so well travelled. Not a fucking clue.
That's what it seemed like to me. I mean, they spent more time, trying to convince us than actual doing any type of experiments.
Oh yeah, same like
what? Other than the 12 that they did. Yeah, they didn't do any. They just tried to convince us they didn't do any experiments. What? Once again, I'll say. So before they went, people like Toon was on his channel. People like Craig was on his channel. People like possibly Dave. I don't know whether Dave ever asked this question. But Pete and Jaren, people were saying, if there's things you want us to do, tell us now and we will do them. If you've got equipment you want us to take, tell us now and we will go take it and we will do the things that you want us to do. Radio fucking silence. When they come back, what they should have done was this stuff, not the shit that they did that don't prove nothing. Such a cowardly position.
Same like all the other shit with NASA and all these people, right? It's the same thing.
The ISS, what are they all doing up there? Tricks and blowing bubbles and brushing their teeth.
Yeah, trying to show that they are there where they are not. Yeah, exactly.
Same old playbook.
Yo, what's up? What's Sam? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I just saw that you were on, so I just jumped in. Last time I had a problem with my internet, just cut off, and then I was tired. I went to sleep, disgusted.
Good to see you, Sam.
No problem. What's up? How was your encounter?
Well, I just came out of it because, with Jaren, I just talked to him on a private.
Oh, also, thank you, CK. It says, about to get in my car, so got to send my super chat before I get the Apple phone. Oh no, I've informed everyone of this Apple shit. I mean, if you still want to send them from Apple, I'll still take them, obviously. I'm starving. Like the stream, or Matt will send more derp to your phone. And also, if we reach the super chat target tonight, CK is going to sing for everybody on the live chat. Thanks, CK, for committing to that.
Chat like for 4 fucking hours. And we talked about a lot of things, and I opposed my logic to his, and it's very interesting, very interesting. So I'm gonna just.
I wonder if CK do a duet with Nathan Oakley.
Just cut some sections. I'm gonna just put it together. And I normally have a live stream with him, and I told him if he could just hook me up with Duffy, McKeegan, McToon, Austin together, and if we can just all together, just make a stream so I can just like.
Oh, that'd be great. Shall I host it? Dave, McKeegan, Toon, this prick, and who was the other one? Jaren. I've already had Jaren on. He'd come on again. I sort of know Toon. I kind of know Dave. I'm sure they'd come on. Let's do it.
What I have to tell them.
And who's talking? Is it Vicar that wants to talk to him all, or is it the bloke at the bottom that's hiding his face even though he's got his camera on? That's weird.
So it might be interesting. It might be interesting. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because I prepared that. Of course, you understand that. You have to believe that I prepared that. So, but those people are sharp. We have to be careful. They're not like they speak fast. They they can like they're good.
Yeah, that's their forte.
Gas go down, go boom, boom, my friend.
That's okay.
Yeah, because that's the only thing they have, brother. Is a lot of talk and no walk.
Yeah, JD, he did. Yep, exactly. He went on and asked. I heard it. I listened, and they wasn't really giving anything. Didn't someone do a stream with Thompson as well, and ask him what he about his predictions for? And he didn't. I'm not making any. Not going to make any. All these people, I'm going to go myself, and then they just don't go themselves. Like, what's the fucking point? Grandstand bullshit.
This is the thing. There are many people also on TikTok, right, Tron? A lot of talk, but no walk.
I'm gonna have to play it,
going on. Yep.
I'm gonna have to play it Israeli style, like to give them like a fucking 6 days war, like quickly, because if not, I'm dead. So I have a few things.
What's your angle? How are you gonna start in with them, bro? What's your starting point?
I tell you something. I don't want to tell it now because I know people are listening. But the thing is that I'm going to try to bring them on my battlefield and not go on to theirs first of all.
Cool, man.
But what I have, is like 4 or 5 things to say that actually I don't believe that were never said about TFE. But what I think about, what the goal is of.
Yeah. What the goal is. The goal was always to just go there and look at the sun. The suggestion was made by a flat earther. The suggestion was made by Dean Odell, right? At a big debate that all of these people were at. And everybody applauded it and cheered it and approved of it at the time. And then when someone actually did, this is the problem. Grandstand bullshit. Yeah, let's do this. All right, then. Will that improve anything if we do that? Well, why would you ask him for it then?
This entire operation, and that's what I want to play. So if in between, those people are talking like for like 5 hours about like trying to prove that the Earth is a globe, doesn't matter. It's not. My point is just to be able to tell them things and to see how they react to it. And
oh, really, Max? I think I saw that debate, but I don't remember that bit. Yes, I do. You was Nathan Thompson. Yeah. And they just went silent, didn't they? Is that what happened?
But very, very important things. Like, for example, without giving too many details yet, but, David Weiss also always said that, that TFE was made for him. It was for him, but that's totally bullshit. It was made for Jaren and Austin. And this I can prove, I can explain. It was made for them, not for him. Nothing to do with him. It was made for them. The big victory of TFE is Jaren. Jaren is the price of TFE. To be able to officially to turn.
If Jaren was the one they was all doing this for, couldn't Weiss have just completely fucked the whole thing up by accepting the offer himself and it never going down to Jaren? Wouldn't that have been a good plan? These smart flat earthers. What did he say? I know this is for Jeremy. No, because Weiss thinks it was for him, doesn't he? Because he's an absolute narcissist. Yeah, they made this whole thing about me. And I fucked them right up by not going on it. No, you didn't, Weiss. You're just a prick.
To turn officially, popular flat earther into a glober, that's a different price. But it doesn't
huge for them.
But I don't think it was a casualty.
Yeah, Max, they try to avoid talking about it all the time now. So that's like the only thing I'll talk about with them because they don't want to talk about it.
Sam, that he was a flat earther and he became a glober. I don't think there are a lot of signs already that he was a plant right from the beginning. So to lose, nothing was lost. I think it was gained.
There's only 5 minutes left on the target. It looks like CK, you're going to be safe.
To know that what was the real meaning of sheep in or wolf in would be like too much maybe.
Clothing, right?
Yeah, but even calling wolf would be a disrespect to wolf because wolves are quite intelligent animals.
Check it out. The thing is that there is the truth, and you're right. We didn't lose nothing, and then there is the show business. They're running, so all they can do is to show things that don't exist. Just to pretend, because if we don't believe, if we understand certain things, lots of people are going to fall into believing what they're trying to show. Hey, look, there's a glober, a flat earther that became glober, realized that the Earth was a globe, and they can spread that on the internet. A lot of thousands of idiots are going to just believe it. They're going to use that. They're going to build on that. Even though
yeah, Sam, but this is the second. Yeah, we know that, Sam, but it's the second time. Okay, so it wasn't. It's not going to be casualty that the same person who was there behind the curve who screwed it up. We all know he screwed it up, right? He's screwing it up again. So the people who really have eyes to see will see that it was a plant, right? No proof. They don't have science to back it up what they are saying, right?
The thing is that that's my whole point, and I don't want to spoil it for you now, guys. But when you analyze everything, there is a theory. There is a theory that, in fact, again, the point was never to prove that the Earth is a globe. They're playing us with this. They are fooling us with this. They would have been fucking it up so badly. There are other objectives, around that TFE shit that appears to be like a fuck up, appear to be like some.
CMS, thanks for the €5. Is it? No, CK Singh doesn't look like it, mate. Couple of minutes to go. I'm trying to dangle that carrot, but obviously, I thought CK singing. Well, I didn't know what she's going to sing. The other day she was going to sing happy birthday to a couple of birthdays in there. But today, let's say, I don't know. Think of something religious for a laugh.
Like small, but it's not. If I understood correctly, there is a different agenda, which is not to prove that the Earth is a globe. They cannot prove the Earth is a globe. They cannot do it. NASA cannot do it. You understand? But they can attack the flat Earth community, which...
Hello, Rubix. I emailed you back earlier, mate.
She's the real danger, not flat Earth. The elites don't give a shit about if their slaves believe in the flat Earth or in the globe. They don't give a shit as long as they remain their slaves. And again, the flat Earth community can jeopardize their control.
Hit me, baby, one more time. You've got to wear the clothes to go with it.
Because this is where the danger is. It's in the flat Earth community, not in the flat Earth concept. You understand? So that's fine. It's not easy to accept like this, like the way I explained it like this in like 2 minutes. But, when you analyze, there is some kind of a logic, a possible logic. We don't know. But I think it's interesting to be ready for more, because I don't think it's stopped.
It's gonna. What it's gonna get is like, this was a stepping stone. TFE was a stepping stone. They are gonna bring it more in public to mock it more, right?
I asked him about the documentary. I said, "What the hell's going on with the documentary?" He said, "Oh, they're just like looking for somebody for screening." I don't know what it means, but it's like they're like in the final.
It's getting close. Less than a minute.
Stage of like
Yeah, they need a sponsor. Yeah, they need a fucking sponsor. This is what they need, because they need a sponsor to launch it on a huge platform where it should make the impact what it's supposed to make, right? Because as I said, it's also one of the whole idea, right? It all connects. In the end, these kind of movies or documentaries, where it reaches the far. No matter you're doing activism and many other things and small-time experiments and all that shit. This is where the reach is. Not even TikTok or people on TikTok, no. Because this goes to the masses in one flash, right? Exactly. People have to fucking understand that. So it's very important.
I don't know about anyone else, but I've zoned these pricks out. They're just talking utter bollocks. I'm fucking just bored of them.
But this is the way to really reach people. Why the hell cannot we do it?
No! We didn't do it. But I'm definitely here for another half hour because I was always going to be here for an hour and a half. So, if I set another target. Start another. So I just want to get 5 in 30 minutes to extend it and get CK to sing Hit Me Baby one more time. I think that's fair. All right, let's go.
In the right way. Why? Because people are fucking busy resourcing bullshit like these, right? The community is fucked. The flat earth community is fucked.
I don't know, like
many people who can do a lot to do something production like this where it could reach at a level.
I don't know what they pay anyone else, but I hate, like NASA, they don't pay me fuck all. Like they don't pay me nothing. $2? Like fuck off, NASA. I might start exposing your shit.
Where it's given to the masses. This is where it affects. Rest is all buried.
Cheers, Rubik's.
Between algorithms and all that shit, right? For sure, it's reaching a lot of people.
Hold on a second.
Right? In short forms. People are absorbing things, but the people need something.
Dave McKeegan incoming. Let's find the correct. Got to find the right page, not that one. That's the one I'm going to want. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Copy link. Dave could jump up. There you go, Dave. Just click on that. What we're doing here. Oh yeah, you're going to do a duet with CK, Dave.
Like this, where it really makes an impact. They were going to tell a lie story, but the people are going to eat it. Same thing with Behind the Curve. They're going to eat this bullshit also because they cannot hide the flat earth. They can ridicule it. They can divide it. That's why we have pawns like Mr. Austin here still trying to say that he's a flat earther. It's to just fuck up. It's time for the fucking people to understand that.
Yeah, I like what you're doing there, Sam, because it is important, as much as we dislike listening or looking at them, it's they're going to paint history, they write history, and as long as we allow it and not, continue to, just bring out the evidence.
Jim in the house.
Whatever evidence we can bring, even though it's not even our burden, I feel like it is because they're going to write it down however the heck they want to, and the sheep just follow along.
All right, Jim.
Exactly.
Thanks for
the
that,
thing
mate.
is, when you think about it. Again, if I was instead of them or instead of the elites or whoever, just wants to, destroy the community, well, I'd have to understand that if laughter, mockery didn't work, insulting didn't work, what's next? Think they're going to stop here? That's over? Okay, they mocked us, they insulted us, it didn't work, goodbye. No, they're not going to go away. And the next step in order to undermine the community is to demonize it and eventually make it illegal. Make it dangerous. And then,
Dave, did you get the link? I'll put the link in the chat.
That's the only thing they can do if they really want to get rid of the community, and they cannot through laughter and everything. So that's a reality. I don't know. It's just, again, it's an idea. There's no proof of that, but it makes sense. It makes sense. And well, I'll explain maybe what.
Oh yeah, that might be also one of the reasons that they still have one of their person still acting. He's one of them. For sure, there are a lot more to play that game, what you are mentioning, right? There are things there. You can see it from the far, already few things coming through this bullshit, right?
So
they've still not yet given examples. This is what Witsit was saying right before he went to, I'll click on that in a bit. What was he saying? From what I remember, and I'll bring it up. From what I remember, he was trying to pivot to heliocentrism. I don't know why this box is over the top of that. It's quite annoying, but there you go. You can read it anyway. Have we lost Dave? Yep, you're right. Their heads are up their arse.
It's gonna get very political. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have to let's not be fooled by the fact that they're making mistakes, because
I don't
when
know.
you think about it, NASA, that's what I put on my video. When you think about it, NASA is building like, multi-million dollars like engines, very complex, complicated engines.
Hold on a
manufacture.
second.
And if you make like one fucking,
I don't know where it's going to bring the link up. That's my problem. Or maybe if it brings it up there, I can just drag it. Hold on, I'm still getting to learn all of this bollocks. Thank you, Jim. Jim Daniels, $4.99. Super chat. All right, let's click on it. See what if the link, if everything goes wonky, blame Max. All right. Not even found it. Ah. Right there. Hold on, I'm gonna have to drag this over on top of this, I think. Yep, that works.
For flat Earth, no matter what happens, if we go there and it's cloudy, win for flat Earth. If we go there and there's a 24-hour sun, win for flat Earth. If we go there and the sun sets, win for flat Earth.
Obviously. Always a win for flat Earth. Hold on a second, did we just reach a target there? I think we reached it. CK, you are screwed. Jim has come through. Jim Daniels, thank you so much for all the super chats there. He obviously really wants to hear CK sing. What's happened to Dave? I think Dave's got lost.
single mistake in your calculation, it won't work, or it will explode or something. So they are very successful to creating engines and space shuttles that don't go to space, but still that can propose themselves into the air. So they're good at calculations and not making mistakes, at checking things out. But when it comes to faking space and space missions, they'll only fuck up. They make so many stupid mistakes. It doesn't make sense. For me, it's like maybe done on purpose. It's not something
it's on
that,
purpose, Sam. I think it's
I can't see
purposeful
him.
because if they can, if they can show us just garbage and people cheer them on, they know where we stand.
It's
They know
not in
where
my
they stand
box.
with this, and it tells them how much further to go with the next project or psyop.
Well, it's just like. Can I say something? Because I got to get off.
Hey, what's up? What's up, FI Nation? How you doing, brother? Go ahead.
Hey, okay, good. How are you?
Well, that hasn't worked then. I've got no idea why. Let's try it again. It's never ever not worked before, whoever I've had up. That's really weird. I think there's another link I can try, but there's only two. Strange. I don't know why it's not. CK and IC Spin joined a couple of weeks ago, and I did it exactly the same way, and they both got through. I don't really know what's going on. Why is it not working? Yeah, but I don't know how I'd restart it. Like I've turned it. Hang on, let's turn it off. And then turn it on again. So I've just done that. Click it again now. If that didn't fix it, then I've got absolutely no clue. Maybe it's because I'm not on this page. It feels like a win for this is a win. If I was like a conspiracy theorist, I'd be saying they. Here we go. I'd be saying they are stopping Dave from joining now. I finally got him here now. That's going to add him to the screen there. Hello, Dave. Now you've got no voice. Now you're silent. Have I got you on mute? I haven't. Can anyone else hear Dave? Because I can't. You're back up with... Hang on, something just happened. There you go, I can hear you now, I think. Say something. Now you can't hear me. Speak. I can... Hello? I can hear you doing stuff, but you obviously can't hear me now. I don't know. Well, that was Dave, everyone. I'm glad we could clear that up with this stream, and that's totally debunked some because he put his audio popped up a couple of times there, didn't it? So I reckon there's some kind of loose connection there or something. But at least we got him onto the fucking stream. Wrong mic looks like it, doesn't it? No one else could hear him, could they? It wasn't just me, was it? Come on, that deserves a like. 61 likes. Dave's attempt at talking must deserve a like for that. Let's play on, yeah.
Because I got a law class I've got to go to. Hey, Gene. Hey, but, you know, in the documents for NASA, it says everything's based on a flat Earth, right? Flat surface. Okay?
Stationary.
And in their
not that document.
That the moon gets its light from the sun, but there's a book that says that the moon's its own light. Okay? That's where everybody is confused. If you pay attention where the sun and where the moon's at night, you know where the sun's at. Okay? And that's what you need to learn, that the moon is not its own light. It works over the flat.
So funny that that they always use that NASA document all the time without having a fucking clue. They've read one line of it and that'll do. That'll do for us. That's all we need. Don't need nothing else.
That surface. It's up there. There's no clouds that interfere with its light. Okay? And that's how the moon gets its light. It's not phasing itself. There's zero proof of that. Who's up there flipping the switch saying, oh, you got to turn on here? And then when we got the P900 now, the OG of the Globe Destroyer, I can look at it and I see shadows.
Who is this talking about the Globe Destroyer, the P900? The Flurf 1 million is the best one. Better than the P900.
Light should be. And if that light, and I don't care, you cannot prove me wrong. You cannot. And there's a shadow.
I think Dave should just come up and nod or shake his head whether he agrees with him or not.
That means a light source is shining on it. I don't
think Dave could even hear me.
A video on this, and I broke it down from an airplane view, looking down from over a mile high at the shadows on the ground from where the sun's located, and doing the same thing with the moon and matching it. It's like, wow, how come we know the sun's at, it's creating a shadow here, it's doing the same thing up there because the light is beyond. It's like, it's unbelievable. Anyway, I got to go, and that's all I'm going to say. And that's what we all flat earthers need to learn, that the moon gets its light across the flat realm from the sun.
Well, I disagree.
We know
with
it's
that.
not going over a ball.
With all due respect, the luminaries are a mystery, and any positive claim of whether it is or
I'm going to
isn't,
show it.
It holds the burden of proof.
Yes, run away from the positive claims. You can't make positive claims because when you make positive claims, they get completely debunked immediately, and then you look like a prick. So you've got to run from them.
Johnson, I'm going to show it how it works at the Truth Expo that's coming up next month.
Where's that Truth Expo at? What are you talking? Which one?
In Quartzsite, Arizona.
Yeah,
Truth
the people
Expo.
running that are nothing but a bunch of shills, and they're also
No, they're not.
Listen, they're also incorporating aliens with flat Earth. So you have your opinion,
Well,
but you don't think Mark Sargent's a shill, or
This is
who are you talking about?
Flurf on Flurf action here. Let's try again. Hello?
Right. Is that working?
Yes, you're on. That's it.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh my god, I could sort of hear you last time, so fuck's sake. I don't really know how this is going to work. Can you hear me? Yes. Hello.
Where's my audio gone?
Well, maybe I can talk.
Helping me, Rust.
The chat can tell Dave what I'm saying, and then he can respond. Let me try that. What the fuck is this? I just got an email. No?
It's not giving me any audio in my headphones, so I can't hear anything.
Hang on. Let me write to him in the chat. Could you just have it through the speakers? Yeah, but he can't hear me, DK. That's the problem.
This is top flight tech in this. I can just have it through my speakers.
Can you hear me now? Hello? No.
No, literally giving me no audio at all.
What is that about? Everyone else can hear me, right?
I don't know why. There it is.
CK sitting there with her fingers crossed, hoping that she has the same problem when she comes up to sing.
Fucking hell. Right, there we go.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes, I can. For some reason, I don't know why, my computer seems to think it's a great idea that when I start up my microphone, that it thinks it's my audio going out through the microphone.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Simple stuff.
Yeah. That's not giving you any feedback, is it?
No, it's good. Sounds all right.
Okay, that's all right then.
You don't really do lives, do you, Dave?
You what, mate?
You don't really do lives, do you?
I do a couple. I do them every now and again. I only started them since TFE, to be honest. The one I did in Antarctica was the first one I ever did.
Oh, was it? That's good.
Yeah.
And no one fucking believed it. What was that about? The first one you ever did, and everyone said it was fake.
Well, no, Steve from England acknowledged.
Oh, fuck off, Steve! What a prick he was, wasn't he?
It was quite poetic. It was quite beautiful because he was trying to argue that all the footage was fake, but then when I jumped on the stream and nailed him down to the live streams, I said, "Were they real or were they fake?" And he was like, no, they're all real. Like, I've checked all those and I'm happy that they're all real. I said, right, because one, you can see all the live streams happening in the 360 cameras. And two, we live streamed at midnight throughout the early hours of the morning, throughout various points of the day, all while the sun was in different directions. And his response was, yeah, but I want to go talk about a different topic now.
That blew my mind. That blew my mind when he was talking about that. And the guy, I don't know if you see any of the debates I was having with that gas pressure Spurs chemo guy on TikTok. His whole defense against this was they didn't call Steve. They didn't call Steve. I don't care about anything else. They didn't call Steve, so therefore we don't believe it. And I was like, why did none of you suggest before this that's your requirement? You want the only person that come up with it was fucking Steve. The others didn't give a shit.
No, and the funniest bit about the whole thing is that Steve, before TFE, Steve said, it'll be great if you could call me, but I understand there's all these different variables on all these different issues, and if it's not, it doesn't have to be on the first day, and even if you don't get to call me, it's fine. And then when we didn't get a chance to call him immediately when we got there, yeah, toys went out the pram.
I know. It was like a child, wasn't it? It's like I wanted it on the first time. I mean, he was literally live streaming, and it didn't he say hello to Steve anyway on the live stream with the sun above his head.
Yeah, so he knew Will had already said that had mentioned about the fact that he needed to phone Steve at some point, like one of the days.
Hello, is he frozen now? Oh, you're back.
There.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd had the whole issue with trying to get the stream for Candace Owens set up. So Will had already kind of ended up having to use his phone for that. So knew before the midnight stream that he wouldn't be able to phone Steve that first day. So kind of made a point of just saying on the stream to sort of call out Steve to say, I've not forgot about you, basically. And then Steve just took that to... let's have a fucking meltdown. And
that was the worst. I couldn't believe he was doing that. It's like, what? I don't know. Like, he didn't have an explanation for what was happening. It was just like, I didn't get the text. And what did he want? A call, didn't he? He wanted a call whilst on the live stream on the phone to say, look, we're on the live stream.
I don't even think it was a call on the live stream. He just wanted Will to phone him at midnight.
Yeah.
So it was almost like basically us going live and Will singling out Steve was essentially the same result as a phone call. The only difference was it wasn't completely personalized in that it wasn't directly to him. And it really feels more like it's just Steve's ego than anything else.
Yeah. Where did Steve come from anyway? Is it just some random that Will picked up along the way?
Yeah, I think he reached out to Will before TFE and basically had seen it and liked the idea of the whole trip. And I think in some way to try and validate to himself whether it was real or not, made this suggestion to Will, which Will liked the sound of. And then, yeah, went from like wanting to verify TFE to now going completely against it because it wasn't the result that he was hoping for.
How do you deal with this stuff now? Does it still piss you off that people say that you're lying about going, or you just don't give a shit anymore? Or did you never give a shit?
I kind of knew that it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, you know, I was never under some illusion that we were going to go and then suddenly all the flat earthers were going to go, oh, yeah, there is a 24-hour sun. Oh, right. Okay. On with the next thing then. You always knew there was going to be pushback. So that was why we put so much thought beforehand into what excuses are they going to come up with? What ways can we counter all of those arguments so that I know, like, I've got several terabytes worth of video sitting on my computer that any single argument they want to try and bring up as TFE was fake, I can just be like, yeah, okay, what do you think was fake? Here you go, no.
Yeah. Did you did you hear these dickheads on this stream that we was watching? They were saying, oh, they want to speak to you and Toon and Jaron. This one guy, I've got 5 questions for him. Like, would you do that? Would you go and bother speaking to these people? Or?
I'd have no issues. So I had exactly the same thing with Flatzoid, because Flatzoid spent weeks after TFE, all these streams been in his little echo chamber, all arguing all these different problems and all these absolute, we know this is fake, this is fake, this is fake. And I went, all right, Craig was like, would you have a debate with him? I'm like, yeah, sure. There was no fucking debate. He asked me one question. There was like, oh, I think it might have been done in Unreal Engine. And within 30 seconds of me picking up every problem with that, he was like, it's just an idea I'm working on.
Yeah, I saw it. I remember seeing it. Yeah. They don't need, like, they just know it didn't happen. Do you believe that? What do you think? Because I'm a bit split on it. Like, some of them, I think.
What do I think if it happened? I'm pretty sure it happened.
No. What do you think about those people? Do you think that they do believe it, but don't want to lose their friends and their whole personality?
No, I think they are so entrenched in their own belief of that they're right that to their mind it had to have been faked. And I think King Nico said exactly the same thing.
Right.
Because just after I got back and he was having a debate with FTFE about it, and I jumped on the stream and started having a debate with Nico about it. And basically Nico said, I believe the Bible. The Bible says that the Earth's flat and a 24-hour sun doesn't work on a flat Earth. So therefore, you can't have seen a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, so you must have faked it. That was his thought process.
I think that's a lot of their fault. Like, because Flatsword is pretends he's very religious, doesn't seem to give a shit about being dishonest about stuff. But he's now changed to this Jesus or whatever the fuck it is, rather than Flatsword, this new thing that he's doing. But I'm just like, with guys like this that we was watching here, it feels like they're just doubling down, but they don't have any explanation for anything. They don't know what they think. They just say it's been debunked, and then they'll go to all different things that they think it was. So if it's been debunked, you must know what they did then. Not it could have been this, it could have been that. Well, it's not debunked then, is it? Because you've got no fucking clue. And they like, there's a guy on when I do TikToks and stuff, there's a bloke on there that's like a professional photographer, and I've had him on at length explaining to these guys about the 360 cameras and why it would do that with the sun and if the stitching together and all, and they don't give a shit. And he's what he does for a living. Like, and he's explaining it to them, telling them, go buy one yourself and you will see this happening. And they just don't care.
I love the fact that I've showed here in my office where I've showed 360 footage showing how when the light goes over the stitch point, it distorts in exactly the same way. The funniest bit about this for me though is their arguments make no sense. No. Because they say the sun's changing shape, therefore it's fake. And I'm thinking, if we'd faked the sun, why the fuck would we intentionally make it change shape rather than just stay as a circle?
I know. I've said exactly the same thing to them. If they had all this technology, why would they have the sun doing weird shit like that? Because they know, like, why are you going to go to all these lengths to have cameras filming cameras and then just fuck the sun up? Like, there's just absolutely no, like, that makes no sense, does it? Got a super chat here from Arnold. $5, thanks Arnold. I think following this entire circle of friends, excommunicate them. Yeah, exactly. If they miss the globe, absolutely is a factor to many of them. That is what I think. I think that a lot of them, they haven't got an answer. Like, it's so funny as well. And people like Craig, from what I can gather, is really struggling with things like this. It's like no one will debate anymore because they know that the minute somebody says 24-hour sun in Antarctica, they're finished. It doesn't matter what else they say, because before it was, but all that footage is fake. And that was like, well, here's 24 hours in real time. Let's go through it together. And you tell me where there's problems. Nah, I don't want to do that.
That's how you know they're clutching at straws, because pre-TFE, we said, we're going to go to Antarctica. We're going to document the sun. We didn't know prior to even getting there whether we'd have the facility to live stream or not. So there was never any promise of a live stream. Will had said from the outset, he's going to take a Starlink. He's going to do everything within his control to try and make a live stream happen. But we don't know if it's going to be the case. All the videos that I did beforehand, I said exactly the same thing. So there was never some promise of, we're definitely doing these live streams. Obviously, when we got there, we were able to do the live streams. And I think it was something like 9 and a bit hours across all the different live streams that everyone did during that first 24-hour period. I think it was about 9.5 hours of it that we streamed, like scattered throughout the day. And their excuse now is, oh yeah, but you didn't stream it for 24 hours, therefore it's fake. I'm like, Sov said he was watching the Candace Owen live stream at 2:00 in the morning as the sun's over Mount Rossman. And then he said, but because it got taken down afterwards, therefore it didn't happen. I'm like,
what? So the sun set at 10 a.m., did it? Like, what's he talking about? Like that none of it makes any sense, does it? Like, I wonder, like, because you couldn't, like, in my opinion, like, when I was watching this at the time, it was like a bit like you was like the MVP of TFE, in my opinion. You going with all the cameras and everything, and you're like, you was really thorough. You didn't fucking sleep, from what I heard, did you? Like, what did you get, about an hour in about a week?
It wasn't even an hour. It was I woke up at 6 a.m. in Punta Arenas, got up, got packed, airport flight to Union Glacier. So I think we got into Union Glacier about 4 p.m., something like that, about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. To camp, go through the induction and everything, then wait for all the luggage, then get taken up to halfway point. So we were getting set up about 9 p.m. I then stayed up until the following 9 p.m. Well, no, kind of the following 9 p.m. was then the 24-hour period. I think it was about 10 p.m. that we were then packing down. We didn't get back to the camp until about midnight, and by that point, my fucking head was fried. Like,
yeah,
I hadn't seen nighttime in nigh on 2 days. So
I watched
really...
a lot of the lives, and I wasn't even there, and I was like, they dealing with this? Like, it's doing my head in of watching the live streams at this time, and it's bright and the sun's still there. I'm like, how the fuck? Don't think I'd have coped with it.
Proper fucks your head up when Will's coming in, like, saying, it's 11:30. I'm going live soon, and I'm thinking it's 11:30 in the morning. No, 11:30 nighttime, and it's nearly midnight. So yeah, my head was all out of whack, and then having got back to the camp, I was just too much on adrenaline. I was like, I dare not sleep until I've got like 2 or 3 backups of everything here.
Yeah.
So me, Will, and Toom were end up sat in one of the communal tents until I think it was about 5 a.m. I wound up going to bed. So
but it still felt like sort of midday. Like that's what fucks me up.
About 47 hours straight that I wound up doing, and then had about 7 hours sleep, and it was 7 hours total for the entire 3 days that I was in Antarctica.
That's mad, isn't it?
I was like, I'm probably never coming back here. I'm not wasting any of it on sleep.
Would you go back?
In a heartbeat, if I'm not paying for it.
Right. Okay. Got you. How was the atmosphere there? Because there's a lot of tension with old Whitsitt and Toon and all this sort of stuff. Was everyone all right when they was actually there, or was there still like, I ain't fucking?
Yeah, I think the tension was before the flight. Really, that the kind of couple of days when they first arrived, there was a lot of tension. I think probably by the second or third day, everything had kind of calmed down a little bit. There was a bit of a heated exchange when we were doing the ALE induction thing, because Jaren and Whitsitt tried bringing some new contract version that they wanted signed, and we were all just like, no. I was basically arguing that the contract they were trying to get me to sign was essentially exactly the same contracts that we'd already had with ALE. That I think they were worried about getting misrepresented in any of the footage and stuff, so they wanted contracts to say they could control the footage. And I'm like, you can fuck off. We've already agreed. We've already agreed it'll only be footage in communal areas anyway, which you're happy with. We can't film you any private conversations or anything anyway. That's what ALE themselves say. So if we do that, we're already in trouble with ALE, regardless of what you want to say. I'm like, I'm not having any possibility that you can turn around and say that you don't want any of the footage published just of the sun because you happen to appear in the footage. But really, I think by the time we'd even got to Antarctica, it very much calmed down, because I think by that point they'd basically already worked out the 24-hour sun is actually there.
Yeah. Oh, I've been asked to show you this for some reason. I don't know why. Is it because of
that was during my live stream. So that was for whenever the flat earthers ask for location. So that is during my live stream, one of the phones with the GPS on, that's exactly the coordinates we were standing at that point.
Right. Okay. What was that for? I see spin. Am I missing something here? I don't know because I'm struggling to. How do I go back?
I think it's probably for the knobheads who were saying that we weren't in Antarctica.
Right. I got you. I don't know how to jump back on the page. Oh, I just exit out there. I got you. There's another one here. All right, that. And then.
Yeah.
So this is where you
So
were.
just confirming we're not in Las Vegas.
Yeah. And also, like, it was tracked there anyway from all over the fucking. Everyone's flight was tracked.
Yeah, the flight was one of the most tracked. I think it was the most tracked flight on that day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I filmed with the 360 camera a time lapse of the entire flight. Toon and Critical Think both filmed the flight as well out of opposite windows. And yeah, I've still got my ticket.
Oh, that's fake. They don't. Those flights don't exist anyway.
Well, I also kept. I mean, I've just been to Sydney. I also kept the flight of that one as well, just in case they think I'm lying. Although the rest of the 500 people on the plane I don't think kept their tickets, so they probably think this one's bollocks as well.
Yeah, they don't like they sit around now talking about. This is their main topic. This is like they are talking about this here now. Here we are in October, the following year. And they're still sitting there obsessing over this. They still don't know why it was fake, but they still know it was definitely fake. Despite their two pin-ups being with you. What's happened to that documentary anyway? Is that still happening?
As far as, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, Jonathan shot all the footage for it. I don't know where it's at. Kind of, he put together a rough cut version, which he came over here a couple of months ago and stayed with me. So he showed me the rough cut then. And then he said because he was off on a trip anyway, he said, when I get back home, I'm going to make a few more kind of finishing, polishing touches to it. So give us your opinion in the meantime. And then I gave him kind of some feedback on little bits and pieces. And then I think he said that he was making some more alterations to it. I don't think he was really happy with the overall cut of it. So he's gone back and changed a few bits. I think there's a little bit of hoo-ha with Whitsit as well, but I don't know exactly what's going on. I know Will had mentioned that Whitsit had initially objected to it, elements of it, I think, with the trailer. So then they cut him out of the trailer, which is why he's not in it. So I think Will basically said, that's fine, we'll just cut you out the whole documentary. And then Whitsit was, I don't know, maybe trying to squirm his way back into it, but with these, I want this and I want that. And Will's basically turning around and saying, no, you can either stick to the terms we've already agreed and be in it, or we'll cut you out. I don't care which. So calling his bluff, basically.
What's his issue? Like, he saw the sun. So, you know.
I think pure speculation here, because I don't know, but I'd hazard a guess that it's probably he's trying to thread a very fine line between still wanting to be a flat earther, so not wanting the documentary to kind of completely piss over all of that. But he also wants the publicity from the documentary in case it goes big like Behind the Curve did.
Yeah, he was doing some serious pivoting before he went, I noticed, and that was very telling for me. It's like he was on some quite big shows, but he kept moaning that all anyone wants to talk to me about is flat earth. It's like, that's because that's who you are. Like, you are this flat earth guy. They've all taken you in like you are the bright one on that side.
He did that in Antarctica, tried arguing that to me, and even Jaren was fucking confused by him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've heard me tell this or not, but we were sat, me, Toon, Will, Austin, Jaren. 5 of us were sat in that hut at halfway point. And Austin's making that same claim that like only people want to debate flat Earth, and then he starts trying to say that flat Earth's a psyop to stop people debating geocentrism, and that whenever he tries bringing up geocentrism, nobody wants to discuss it with him. They all just flip it back to flat Earth, and I'm like, hang on, do you mean geocentrism like the Earth's a globe?
Yeah.
Or are you like some sort of a flat Earth geocentrism? And he mean no, like a globe. I was like, so why are you trying to argue that the Earth, like, why are you trying to be here as a flat earther arguing there's no 24-hour sun if you think the Earth's a globe at the center of the solar system?
I mean, that would be a more reasonable position to take, wouldn't it? Like, because at least the observations would still work.
To some extent, yeah. I mean, it would solve some of the observations.
It would solve the 24-hour sun, wouldn't
it? Yes and no. It would solve the potential of a 24-hour sun, but the geocentrism thing quickly falls apart when you then look at the planets and how they move, and like, how the fuck does Mercury and Venus orbit the sun and transit the sun? Yeah, the orbital paths all go a bit to rat shit, which is why when you see a geocentric model, you've basically got like all these weird spirographs of planets going around. So it gets around the Earth-based observations like curvature and bottom-up obstruction and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole host of other things that go wrong with it. I think he wants to try and steer to geocentrism because he thinks it's probably a more feasible argument to put forward.
Yeah.
But far less people are interested in believing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of like
there's less money in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I think it's like with a lot of them, this was a thing they could have run with and never, ever been really, I mean, you can prove them wrong all day long, but they're still going to be able to fool the people that are going to give them their money, aren't they? Like, it doesn't matter what people like you say, you're clearly paid by NASA, to be here to debunk this. You're just some person that they've put there as an actor, and they all just believe that. Like, it's so weird what they believe. Like, I'm sure everyone in the chat does. I get accused of being paid by NASA. I've literally got 2,500 subscribers on there. Like, I wasn't even around until after this, really. I had Will on very early on, but I've done all sorts of topics randomly, and it's like we've done all conspiracies, and I started like. At first, when you look at and I've said this so many times now, but when you first look at conspiracy theories, if you're only looking at the stuff the clips, it would be easy to think this is feasible. This clip looks suspicious, and then you look at the full context, and it's like, this clip isn't suspicious. This is fucking ridiculous. They've took one line out of this entire thing, like with the moon landing thing, with the little girl speaking, and he admitted he didn't go, and all this. It's the same shit. But once, at first, I had a conspiracy theorist friend, or he's still my mate, we're still friends, but he's a bit less in it now. And I was like, this is all bollocks, what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is some compelling evidence. And then the minute I started thinking, hang on a minute, I was getting a lot of pushback, and I'm thinking, I need to stop watching these stupid clips and start looking at the full context of all of this. And the minute I started doing that, everybody, the audience that we built up was like, you're a fucking shill. You're paid off now. You've changed. I said, well, I've not changed. I was never that into this anyway. I was like, this is strange. That was my position. That's weird. That's a weird thing to say. And now I've looked at it. It's not a weird thing to say. This is what they meant by this. And it was like, you're clearly paid. And the amount of likes on the comments agreeing with the people. And I'm like, this is insane. They think that everybody is a shill.
Yeah.
Well, how much money would people need to pay all of these people off?
Jeez, it's insane. But then I think a lot of them prey on that as well. Like, you look at Dave Weiss, that's basically his playbook is go onto podcasts that are vaguely conspiratorial, put forward the exact same.
It came on mine, yeah.
Yeah, same parroted sales pitch, which is all these little snippet points that he can spin out of context. And the whole time he's saying to people, if you want to learn more, don't use your head and go and do your own research. It's go to my app and
Yeah.
I'll spoon feed you the
Yeah, that's
pre-selected bits of shit that is going to drop you more and more down the rabbit hole.
But that's what he said to me, like because I gave him a bit of a hard time on some of the things he was talking about. When I asked him to come back on, he said, "I'm not coming back on this because you don't know enough." And I said, "Well, what are you talking about? We didn't even get to the flat Earth. I really wanted to talk about the flat Earth because I've got so many problems with it. It doesn't fucking work." And he said, "Buy my app and watch a video every day for a month, and if you do that, I'll come back on." And I'm just like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not buying your app."
Full of shit. He won't talk to you because you don't know enough. He wouldn't dare talk to me because I could pull apart every argument. He just wants that kind of fine line of people who are just a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's right. I had no clue at the time. This was about 2021 or 22. I spoke to him, and I was kind of I was interested in it, but I was never a flat earther, not even a little bit. But I was interested in my interest was whether do these people actually believe it or not? Are they just lying, or do they really believe this? And I was taking the piss out of flat earthers every week on the podcast, and I was pissing so many people off because they're so defensive about it. And then I got messaged by someone that was claiming to be representing him, probably was just him pretending he's got a team, I don't know. But like, he's messaged me for some random account, and then he came on and he obviously was a bit pissed off of me. And then he said, "Don't research this. I'm going to blow your mind." And I'm just like, I've already researched the flights. I've already researched like the sunsets and the ships over the horizon, the basic shit, you know. And I said, "And you haven't even got a scale on your thing." Yeah, well, we can talk about that. But what we need to do, we need to talk about the globe and why it doesn't work. Then we need to talk about what's the second thing? We'll talk about space. And I'll show you all of these fake NASA things. And then I need to talk about my app. And I said, "Look, how long we got?" And he said, "An hour." And I said, "Well, I need to talk about flat Earth. So let's split it up into 15 minutes each then, as long as we can get 15 minutes at the end." And he went on and on about his stuff. And then I'm like, "How long we got?" Not long, a couple of minutes." And I'm just like, "Where's the scale on your map?" "Yeah, scales perfectly." That was his response. And I was like, "These flights don't work on your map." "Yeah, they do, because the planes they use go 1,000 miles an hour and they've got 7 layers of military paint on them." That's what he said. And that's what he said after he told me that the flights didn't exist. And then I had a screenshot of me booking the flights. I did it the night before because I knew they did exist, because I'd seen this argument before. I didn't actually pay for them, but I had the screenshot of me in the basket. "Okay, so what do you mean they do it?" And I just thought, okay, so you've made up something thinking I wouldn't know. I did know. So now you've changed it to, yes, they do exist. However, it's special military planes with special paint to make sure it doesn't peel off with the speed they're going. And I'm just like, you don't even believe it yourself then, because that's not what you said a minute ago.
That's the telling bit, is the ones who genuinely believe it will keep arguing the same point. As in, like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You pick a point, they'll go back and forth and they'll keep pushing and they'll keep pushing back whilst, you know, trying to figure it out and trying to address your arguments. The ones who know it's bollocks are the ones who can see where the road ends. And then as they start like you pushing them towards it, they go, "Oh no, we're going to deviate off to this."
Yeah.
Because Whitsitt did exactly the same thing. He brought up the Canigou sunset.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, I've looked at the Canigou Mountains because Dirth uses it in his presentation. Yeah. And I'm like, I've literally taken a picture of the Canigou Mountains, overlaid it to that sunset, and 3/4 of the fucking mountain is below the horizon.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's not 3/4, it's less than half." I'm like, "It's more than 0, which is your fucking
That's
platter."
right. Gone already, yeah.
And then he started making some argument that it's sunsets are because the ambient light from the object gets less and less as it moves further away, and then it reaches a point where it's just not bright enough to see, which is why you can see the sun from thousands of miles away, but you can't see like Mount Everest. I said, "Okay, but do you agree then that the sun is brighter than the moon?" He's like, "Well, of course." I said, "Okay, so why does the sun and the moon set at the same distance? Why doesn't the sun go further away than the moon?"
Yeah.
Instantly, he fucking knew he was in a cul-de-sac with that one, and just went, oh yeah, I see what you're getting at. Let's put a pin in it. I want to talk about something else.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
full of shit.
But I spoke to Jaron the other week, like I had him on, and I asked him why wasn't you, like when you was doing your own research and being a flat earther, why wasn't you bothered about the obvious things that anyone can see? Like no NASA, no nothing, anyone can see, like the sun not changing in size as it gets closer and further away, like the two different points of rotation, which they all then argue about. Oh, but it's only perspective. No, it's 2 points. It doesn't matter which way they're going. Like even though you're wrong, it's still, there's 2 points. And he said to me, I just hoped someone would have an explanation, and I just didn't talk about it. That was what Jaron said to me, and that's obviously how they all feel.
Yeah, I think that I saw very much the difference between like someone genuine like Jaron versus someone not like Austin on that trip, because like anytime I had a conversation with Austin, you could see he was just gunning for, he wanted a particular answer out of me, and if he wasn't getting it, he was pushing more for it. But he wasn't really explaining the points back. Like if I'd bring up a problem, he'd either throw some generic bollocks out, or he'd turn off and deviate to something else. Whereas Jaren, you could see, was actually trying to work out the problems.
Yeah.
Like the star trails got brought up on the very first night, and Whitsitt just gave his usual thing of, oh yeah, but you know, if you stand if you stand next to a window and you draw in a circle, and then you go stand the other side of the glass,
Yeah, of course
it looks like it's the other way. And I said, you can get a star projector that you can put in your room and project stars going all the way around you.
Yeah.
I said, and you can stand anywhere in the room, the stars will always go in the same place, in the same direction. Austin immediately just pissed off onto something else, but you could see Jaren was like trying to visualize it and try to figure it out. So, yeah, I think that was the telling bit, was that Jaren, I think in answer to your question about the research, it's probably confirmation bias.
Yeah, that's exactly the words he used.
Yeah, that rather than go and look at the opposing arguments and the opposing sides and try and answer them, he's just going. He's only listening to his sides of the arguments, and then trying to come up with answers. And anything he can't answer, he just puts a pin in it. Which he did kind of say. He kind of knew that the South was always a problem.
Yeah,
and I think he was kind of just hoping that, like, he could chalk it up to, because I know he'd said about flights and that before. I'd covered a video with him before where he was talking about Southern Hemisphere flight routes and shipping routes. And I pointed out it all fit the globe.
Yeah.
It didn't fit flat Earth. And then I think he was trying to chalk it up to jet streams and ocean currents and stuff, but obviously couldn't prove it one way or the other. He was just speculating. And I think he was kind of just hoping, if there's no 24-hour sun, then we can say, yes, the Earth's flat. There's all this weird shit that goes on in the South, but we just can't explain what, it just didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah.
But obviously then, having seen the 24-hour sun, kind of realized that actually the only thing wrong with the South was his understanding of it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's weird. It is strange. Like, I'll tell you what blows my mind. Southern Hemisphere flat earthers.
Oh, fucking flat Earth Aussie Jesus.
Yeah, I've never spoke to him. I've watched some of his stuff, but like Twatzoid in South Africa.
Oh, that one for me is the funniest, because the fact that Sov had Will on his stream pre-TFE and said, you don't even need to go to Antarctica. If you stand at the southern tip of Chile and you watch the sun rise southeast of you and set southwest, or whichever way it was, you're definitely on a globe. And it was only afterwards, and I'm thinking, you're on a stream every fucking night with someone in South Africa who sees exactly that observation.
Yeah.
And you've never thought to ask him about it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's on there all the time, isn't he?
Yeah. It's like you didn't need us to go. You didn't need us to fly to South America.
Yeah. Like I was that's some Aussie on the other day, and he was like, so it's the lies that just pissing me off. It's the lies, and he was trying to tell me that the sun doesn't set south of west in Australia this time of year, and it does. And anyone, I've seen people showing where it sets in Australia, and he just weren't having it at all. And he said to me, as they always do, I'm going to come on with my camera tomorrow and a compass and show you exactly where it sets. And this was Monday last week. So, and I haven't seen him since. And he was going to. He also made the claim that Jaren had admitted to him on a live stream that he was only ever a flat earther for 5 months. And I'm just like,
Jaren was only in a flat
Jaren apparently admitted that to this guy I was talking to. So I found the live stream and I played it on my last live, and the whole way through, and they never even spoke about how long it was. I don't know where on earth he got it from. Fredo, that was it. But I see Spin. Are you still in it? When you messaged, because on my last live, he messaged Fredo and asked him to come into the live because I had all the stuff ready to go, and he didn't come in. Did he respond at all to your message? I see Spin. I don't know if he did or not, because he hasn't tried to contact me since. I don't know if he knows I've put all the videos up on YouTube. These people but the TikTok flat earthers are the worst. Like they literally know nothing and don't even want to talk about it. All they want to do is speak over you, so you can't get anything out. And it's really difficult. It's really awkward because on here, if they piss me off enough, I could just click on mute, get the mouse and click. But on there, it's like it's on my phone. I can't get the fucking TikTok because I'm on an Apple. I can't get the TikTok live studio, so it has to be done through my phone. So I'm fucking around pressing my phone to try and mute people all the time, and they can just unmute themselves immediately. So you don't really ever get anywhere with these people. But a lot of them. Have you ever seen the Angels of Light?
I've heard the name, not seen him.
He was absolutely getting roasted by Oakley the other day because he's friends with Weiss, and Oakley now doesn't like Weiss. Like, they can't even get on with each other. Oakley, it's measured
none
flat.
of them do. It's quite funny the infighting between them. I mean, even in amongst Oakley's gang, I've heard a couple of times the kind of ruffled feathers between them all as they're bitching about each other.
Yeah, they do. Right, I'm gonna have to let you go, Dave. I'm gonna get to bed because I've got to get up at 2 a.m. and I'm gonna get CK up here to give everyone a song before we go because that's what I promised. So,
oh God,
I don't know what she's gonna say. Right, I don't know. Yeah, can you leave here or do I kick you off here? I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks so much for coming up, Dave. Brilliant to talk to you.
My pleasure.
It was so good that you were there on this trip because I think because when there was literally no one going, and I had Will on, and I was having a bit of a rant. What's the fucking why they make no excuses? I said, I'll go if they can't get no one. And I'm saying this, and I'm an absolute nobody at the time. But I thought, hang on a minute, I've said that I'm sort of online. I've got a tiny bit of presence. If really no Glober goes, and they come down to me, I don't want to go. I do not want to go. And then as soon as you said yes, I thought, thank fuck for
in
that.
reality, I mean, I was the first to get offered it. I don't think there was a chance that there wasn't going to be a Glober going. There would have been someone.
Yeah.
It was questionable as to whether I could have made it, just with personal things that were going on at the time, and being close to Christmas and having 3 kids and stuff. But I was like, even if I can't make it, one of them would have got there at least.
Yeah, I did hope so, because I'm not, oh God, because then Will contacted me, goes, I love that rant you did, can I use it on my channel? I said, yeah, use it. And I thought, what did I say in it? And it was like, I was offering to go, and I thought, shit, I really wish I didn't say that.
Go.
Fuck that. I mean, I've got no expertise. That would have been absolutely useless there. I just would have been a pair of eyes. I ain't even got a decent camera. But yeah, I'm glad you went anyway. It was good. And then 2 went, added bonus.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I had no idea he was. I like. There's all this big in the conspiracy of like how he was planning to go and stuff. Like, I'd spoken to him beforehand. There was like, "Are you not going?" And he basically said no because he knew that Jaren and Austin at that point were like, Will was in discussions with him going.
Yeah.
And Toon said, if I go, that gives him the excuse to not go, and they won't go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he totally would have given him that excuse, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. and it basically went beyond the deadline of when Will said that they've got to accept it. So Toon then said, okay, it's beyond the deadline, now I'm going. And then Jaren and Austin decided they were going. So.
Oh, fucking hell. They pissed around for ages, though, didn't they? That was quite funny. I called Jaren on that as well. It's like, they're going to kill me if I go. I need someone with me to make sure I don't die. And then they was waiting and waiting and waiting. I thought, please go. Like, because it would have been useless if you had gone, or, you know, someone not known had gone with you.
I wish we had a time machine. I'd go back and I'd go back 12 months and redo it. And there's elements of TFE actually while we were there that I would do slightly differently, and things that had changed. But beforehand, I'd have said, because Jaren only said he wanted another flat earther going. He didn't specifically want Witsit so much. He just wanted another flat earther so that it wasn't him by himself, which I can understand. So with hindsight, I wish we'd got someone from like the opposite end of the Flurf spectrum.
Yeah.
Like Flatzoid, or someone who hates Jaren.
He would have never gone.
Get just any one of those within that group.
Yeah.
Not necessarily even one of the big name ones, but, you know, like someone within their panel who they trust.
Yeah.
You know, kind of someone like that. So it's just two complete opposite ends of the flat earth spectrum. And they can both.
That was
go and see
another
it.
excuse they kept telling me, that they were too well known. Like afterwards, it was like, if someone normal had gone that no one knew, I said, well, like Lisbeth, that everyone said was a NASA shill, someone unknown that no one knew, and then she went, and it was like she was selected. It's like, so whatever you, so a couple of the guys that went for that golden ticket thing, whatever, I actually knew them from TikTok. I was quite shocked to see them on there. I was like, oh, they're actually trying to go.
Brian Leakey was a name that I recognised, and immediately after that stream, they're all then calling him out.
Yeah, I know, it's madness. I think that even if they'd have sent the top 50 flat earthers that are known, we'd still be in this position now. And they were all paid off. Like, they wouldn't have accepted it no matter who it was or how many of them it was.
No, but that to me speaks more volumes than them actually going and admitting that they saw it.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny as well, like before they went, it's like, it doesn't really matter if we see it. It fucking does, doesn't it? Like, you have to be able to model reality, don't you? Like, you can't just say, that could work. And the Aussie I was talking to the other day, I think there's two suns. I said, have you ever seen two suns? No. So why the fuck do you think there's two suns? Like, where was the real sun whilst they were filming the fake sun going around their heads then? Like, the real sun would have appeared at some point.
My argument, whenever they say it doesn't really matter, like, if it happened or not, my argument is, then why have you spent so fucking long pixel peeping the videos, trying to argue that it must be fake?
Exactly.
If it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah. I've said that to like King Nico as well was like that, wasn't he? It's like, this is distorted, blah 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 blah. But even if there is a 24-hour sun, it doesn't matter. It's like, well, then why are you painstakingly going through this footage to try to pretend it's fake footage if it works on a flat Earth? And that, what's his name? The biggest prick, Alonso. Is he having a laugh? That bloke. Like, what the fuck? This is a big win for flat Earth because we've all got a dome with our own sun going around in it. Well, then surely there would have been 10 suns going around in Antarctica with you lot down, and then you could have all seen.
I saw that. I was like, I think he put a post up and he's like, oh, Dave McKeegan's footage proves the Earth flat. I'm like, he's taking the piss.
Fucking madness. Oh, I couldn't. What's Icy's been saying down here quickly before I go? A new argument is we aren't arguing about Antarctica. We're just arguing about how dishonest they are about everything. What the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, it's just... Flat Earth is so weird to me. It's like, if you... There's no point to it for a start. Like, what a shit conspiracy. Dave Weiss said to me, it's to make us trapped, so we're trapped on this ball. What other... Unlike being trapped under a dome... Like, at least with a ball, we've got the potential of the moon and space. With a dome, we've got the potential of fucking nowhere. We're literally stuck here on the fucking thing.
I got this, right? So I'd literally... I'll make this fucking work.
Yeah, got it.
I saw this on Twitter.
Right,
last night.
yeah.
Right. And I'm like, abundant resources in an enclosed system. No global warming in basically a fucking greenhouse.
Yeah, that's it. I know.
Free energy. Free energy. How do you get free energy from a flat Earth that you can't get on a globe?
Yeah, I know. Oh God, it's beyond cringe, isn't it?
It's funny as hell, but what was the one I was gonna fucking find? Oh, that was it. Just so someone had been posting on Twitter, arguing like TFE's fake, and I'm like, it's not fake. I was there. You know, all these arguments have been debunked, and they said, I just want to analyze the 360 footage. Why haven't you released the 360 video file so that I can look at it myself? I was like, here. It's like I literally had it online on cloud storage already that I'd put up ages ago. Sent him the link to it. So there you go. Analyze it all you want.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, thanks. Not heard fuck all since.
No, that's the same old shit, isn't it? I'll definitely look at this one. Like some of the old baby flirts that I've spoke to in the past. I'm just like, look at the observation of the star trails. Just look at the 2 points of rotation. Oh, I've not heard of that. Well, it's a thing. Go look at it. All right, I'll get back to you on that. Go. What's that? I can't read it.
Yeah, that's it. First one.
All right, got you. Yeah.
So I was trying to explain the artifacts, and then they said, "Why don't you just release the footage?" So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, there you go. It's there."
Yeah.
He's like, and then he just went, "Okay, thank you,"
and that's it.
And then that's it.
Of course. But he's still going. I asked him, and he didn't respond. That'd be his.
Well, do you know what's funny? Actually, I'm just looking through his thing now. Doesn't seem to be posting anything about flat Earth.
Yeah.
Every other bleeding conspiracy under the sun, but nothing about flat Earth. Oh no, tell a lie. No, he has.
Oh God.
He's still posting it.
That Caleb bloke went missing as well. He was like a big TikTok flat earther with a big moon face that used to pop up with on the screen. NASA believes it. Yeah. He's fucked off.
He came on. So when we got back to Punta, me and Toon were streaming that night, and he joined. He came on and had a couple of questions about. I think it was like when the first few bits and pieces, the anomalies were coming out, and he was like, to be fair, genuinely asking like, what's the explanation for all these?
Yeah, you was in a hotel room is when you was talking to him. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I remember watching that.
We were sat in the hotel dining room.
He came across very reasonable in that.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was saying, he'd want to have a discussion with us and stuff. And like, how about just wait until you've actually seen all the footage and then we'll go from there, rather than, trying to pick apart all the tiny little things right now. And then, he's just disappeared up his own arse somewhere.
You say that, though. Before he did that, I see them all in a TikTok live, and he was there. And it was definitely fake at that point. Like, I was quite surprised to hear him talking like that to you guys, because it was almost like they were in mourning. That's how it came across. They were really, really pissed off. They were really, really upset with Whitsitt and Jeren. And they were really like, they suppose they think they've won now, like this sort of shit. And I'm just like, won what? Everyone knew this anyway. It wasn't like everyone was blown away when, like, you went down there and was praying for the sun to not set. Like, oh, please let me be right. Everyone knew what was going to happen, including fucking them. And that's what they're upset about.
It came as no surprise to us. And like, even beforehand, like even before we flew to Antarctica, they were out on the seafront in Punta, live streaming in the middle of the night, going, that's south. The freaking horizon's glowing because because twilight's still there.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing that as well. They was like literally laughing. It's like, what else can they say? Like, that's. But who could say anything? Like, when it don't matter who they sent down there. Like, do you think Twatsoid and that would have refused to have? Because they was getting pissed off as well. Like Caleb and that, when they were talking, they was pissed off. Did you see them all with their shirts off? Like Austin standing with all of them, like they're his friends. I can't fucking believe him. And all this, I'm just like, well, what the fuck? What is he supposed to do? Like, when reality is staring you in the face, and there's a camera on you, what can you do about it? Like, you have to accept it, don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, we were kind of like that was one of the things like that Steve, the body language expert, was going, "Oh, you weren't gloating."
Oh God, yeah, yeah, that body language
It's not a
stuff.
fucking surprise to us.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Why is it not made massive news with ALE? Because they see it every fucking year. Like, what the fuck? You think that they're going to suddenly put newspaper, like, headlines out around the world? Sun doesn't set in Antarctica again.
The ALE staff were completely fucking baffled by it. I think one of the staff members, when we first arrived, had actually put some fucking post up on their social media about the fact that they couldn't believe that these people were here, thought the earth was flat, and they were coming to see the 24-hour sun that they freaking live in for months at a time.
Yeah, madness. Honestly, and then now they're saying that the marathons are fake and they don't actually happen and they were just staged. I don't believe what I'm listening to. TikTok, do you ever do TikTok?
I'm getting pissed off with it.
Yeah,
so I ended up, I didn't do TikTok, and then I found that there was some wanker who was stealing all of my videos off YouTube and posting it to a TikTok channel impersonating me. So I started a TikTok channel to post my own stuff to try and get them blocked. Reported them for copyright. TikTok don't want to fucking know that they've done nothing about it. And now I've had 2 of my TikTok videos removed for fucking misinformation. Can you believe that, for irony?
Oh my God. Yeah, but they are weird.
One video arguing against the moon landings being faked, reported for misinformation. One video arguing that the Earth's a globe, reported for misinformation. Like, are you taking the piss? So yeah, I've now got a channel strike on my on my channel for publishing those, but the scam artist Nobber can carry on nicking all my videos and.
Well, they get away with it on there. People like Fittest Flat Earther and these pricks, they get away with it by saying at the end of their video, "This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't believe any of this." Like that, and then that somehow their videos stay up because they've said that stupid thing. Like I had a guy, YouTube. I don't know what it's like now, but I had a guy on years ago, and he was like a 9/11 researcher, and he'd like had all of this documentation from the conversations between, you know, the Middle Eastern countries and America over the years, and he knew all of the characters, and he was basically debunking the conspiracy theories about 9/11. But because it was 9/11, I got a strike on YouTube, so I contacted him. I said, look, I mean, I wasn't monetized or anything then; it wasn't that big a deal. But I was like, I don't know what you mean. Like this guy is literally debunking this, and he's got the receipts. Oh, okay, and they reinstated it. And then they struck it again. So I'm like, I've got 2 strikes on one video. Like, I just took it down. I'm like, I'm going to end up losing my account if I keep this up. Like, I don't know what.
I was going to say, I might want. I mean, to be fair, I might give it up because the whole point was because someone was impersonating me, and they've at least now changed their TikTok channel to not my name. It's just user something.
Yeah.
And they've just called themselves Dave McKeegan fan. So they're at least acknowledging now that they're not me, even if they're still posting my videos. So that's not too bad. But yeah, I'm more.
Do they link to your stuff though anywhere, or
they don't link to it? But I suppose that it's like it's just my YouTube videos, which aren't exactly optimized for TikTok, but they split them up into like 90-second sections, so that they're all just disjointed videos anyway. So I think I've had a couple of people who've got sick of watching it on TikTok and come and found me on YouTube to watch the full video. But I think what's pissing me off at the moment is I've got like I put a proper copyright report in with TikTok about it, and they've not done anything regarding it. So that could well be grounds for legal action against TikTok.
I'll tell you what's the worst thing on TikTok as well. Like they can just strike you at any time. Like I'll piss someone off on there with an account, and I just lost my account overnight. I didn't have any strikes, and because I got mass reported, the AI just took me down, and I had money in it. It's only about 30 quid that I'd earned on there, but it could have been 3,000 quid. They don't give it to you. Like, there's no way of appealing it. It's there's people on there that claim they can do it for you. I've got these special contacts, but there's not really anyone. I don't know what people. Some people, it's like their job. TikToking is their job, and they could lose their account at any time and all of their cash. And it shouldn't be allowed, but it's the Chinese, isn't it? No. Who knows?
China. I reported. Like I did a proper copyright thing, and I reported like 3 or 4 of the videos through the app bit saying copyright, and all of them were just AI automatic. We don't see anything wrong with this, so we're going to let them stand. It's like, so someone's literally copying my content that I've already got on my account, and you're fine with it.
Yeah.
But somebody reports a video for misinformation and you don't even bother to fucking check that.
I remember back in the day, do you know Planet Peterson? You ever seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when he was first starting out on TikTok, he was like obviously uploading his debates and what have you back onto TikTok. And he got struck for using other people's content when it was his own content he was using. And they just kept striking him and banning him from doing lives and stuff. And that's why he ended up on YouTube, because he couldn't, it just wasn't paying him. He just kept getting demonetized on there for using his own, because it wasn't on the live. He'd obviously take it away and edit it and bring it back. It's like you're using someone else's content and you're making money from someone else. It's like, this is me. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Well, anyway, I'm way over time here. I've got to get some kip. So, cheers, Dave. Thanks for coming up, mate. I'll speak to you anytime. Anytime you're in the live and you fancy jumping up, just let me know and I'll have you up.
Sounds good.
Good luck, mate. Cheers. See you later. Ta-da. Bye. Right, that'll do for this evening. I will check out all this beeping I've been hearing here from going into the Discord, I believe. I'll check all of that out and stick up the next live. CK is going to be singing on the next live, I think I read there. Yeah, so everyone that gave super chats to see that, I'll kick the next live off with it, or I'll wait for people to come along first, and then you can hit me, baby, one more time by CK. That's what we're going to say, right? Unless Megan wants to jump up and do a duet with her. I don't know, something like that. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. Cheers for all the super chats. Cheers for the new members. I think I saw Maka joined. Someone gave some memberships out, maybe. I think, I'm not sure. Thanks for all your support, guys. Cheers. Go and join the Discord if you don't mind, and that would be a good place to send me stuff if you want me to react to it or put it on these lives. And I'll catch you all later. See ya. Cheers.